Goku looks so fucking cool. There's no reason for me not to play him.
I got called a name and then insulted for using my extra large control.
So like honestly, I'm be real with you. I'm about to go try hard mode on this demo build.
Whoa! Called him out!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 24 of Paozu Arcade. I am Meta Abe, and I'm here with my co-host, Hell Pockets, and a new guest, a good friend of the show, Nerd Josh. Man, what up?
Oh, what's good? What's good? How you guys doing today?
Dude, we've been trying to get you on this show for a minute, man.
Yeah, no, it's been a while, but you guys have been doing a lot of work, and it's been a crazy year, since Evo.
Oh, dude, like, we talk about it every day. The amount of time between now and when they announce this game is just like tornado.
It's actually been pretty crazy. It's gone by and like almost seems like a blink.
Yeah, in a way, now that we're close, I guess it is like a blink. But let's face it, the actual wait was grueling.
Yeah, it was.
We had nothing else to do.
It was a boiling pot of water right there.
Oh my god. But yeah, we're like, I guess we've all tried the game. Yeah, right? Yeah,
not as much as I want, even though I've played like grueling amount of hours already, but I still want more, it's satisfying. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, definitely wanted to pick your brain on this, man, because I think the thing for a long time for a lot of players in the scene is that there was never really even the last beta wasn't that inclusive for everybody else to really get some game time in. And it was bracketed as far as hours go, right? Like we only had a few hours each time. Yeah. And this is the first time where it was like, well, I mean, if you want to drown, go ahead. Go ahead and drown in that Dragon Ball FighterZ soup, So.
That's definitely true. Yeah, last time I ended up sharing my hours with Spooky because I was chilling at his apartment that weekend. And like he woke up early and it was crashing and I was playing CPU battles and he was like, nah, I'm going back to sleep. It was like 4 a.m. And then I tried waking him up when it came up, but it didn't work. So I was like, all right. So the next beta session, he was all bumming out. He's like, oh man, you gonna play again? And I was like, nah, you can play this one. He was like, and he looked so happy. It was actually pretty awesome because at the same time, we were playing a lot of Marvel Infinite. And I was liking the game a lot, but he obviously wasn't. And this game ended up being his cup of tea. So it's a good year for Air Dashers. It's like, if you like Air Dashers, you can play both. You can play either right now. And this personally, like, I just can't stop thinking about this game. It's my two loves as a kid. I have Marvel 2 meets Guilty Gear. Well, kinda. It's their dev team, ArcSys.
Yeah.
So they're kind of games I've been growing up with forever, so I can't complain. Like, I'm having a blast. I kind of like how it's more geared towards anybody, and there's a lot of universal answers that kind of make these rock, paper, scissors moments. And, I like how even the launchers are the new forward punches, like in anime, that have, like, upper body invincibility.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool because when I was a kid, one of the first, like, fundamental fighting game things you learn is how to uppercut people in Mortal Kombat, so I kind of got that vibe from it. I thought that was pretty cool.
And they just made it really good in this game, don't be caught in the air when somebody's hitting down,
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a viable tool. I mean, you can get caught mashing on it, but if you actually know a situation, it's a tool in your arsenal that you're gonna have to use.
Yeah, totally. I mean, well, Speaking from experience, like I played for like maybe a total of 14 hours all weekend, and like, man, like I got plenty of chances to learn the timing on using that thing,
Yeah.
Because people were just going in nonstop,
The beehive, man.
Oh my god, I loved it though. Because you want to know why it was special? Because it reminded me of like that arcade feeling where you're just all like, boy, you better know how to swing coming in here, because you're about to lose your quarter.
Yeah.
And people are gonna be like, "Nah, dude, you're right back of the line," or in some places, get the F out.
Oh, I was getting mad. Trust me. I was watching the archive and I had to mute myself a couple times. Like, I'm like, damn, okay.
Take
You gotta
that.
go in a little more zen next time, you know.
Hey, how about when everybody assumed that everybody was rage quitting on him?
Yo,
Like,
Oh my God,
I know this happened to me, and I know this had to happen to you guys, but I lost my shit after beating the guy one time, and then it just disconnected. And I was like, immediately went to rage, so like, he rage quit. I was like, fuck that shit, fuck that. I gotta get this motherfucker.
That's like the only saving grace, because like I'm putting up the archives right now, but the way I recorded it, they didn't record my commentary over it. So every time there's a disconnect, it's just me and a string of profanities and stuff. And I'm like, that's definitely not gonna fly with the YouTube execs, you know?
No, definitely. I had like a very similar experience. I had played Tatsu. It went 1-1. I won the first. I was so hype. I was like, yeah. And then it dropped, and I was like, what is this? Are you a Persona player? What is this one and done right now?
Dude.
And then I go in his stream to see what's up, and he doesn't even know it's me. He's like, oh, Shaggy's back. Yay.
He's all lighthearted about this shit, and then you're like, this is in the commandments. This was written in fucking stone. 2 out of 3, asshole, and you fucking left.
It's in the game.
Nah, like, oh man, I'm loving the excitement coming out of this. Tatsu's great too, awesome person. I can't wait to actually like play with these people when the game comes out and pick their brains and see where the meta right now. There's so many different ways they can go. Like people keep talking about top tier, but what is top tier subjectively when you have synergy, you know? And I think synergy is really important in this game. You can come back with 1 character or 3, that's important, but what can you do with all 3 at once? And can you let them not play, you know?
That's the thing that's scaring a lot of people, don't you think? Like the idea that, you know, there will be you don't get to play option in this game, basically, where it's you taking offense nonstop, you know? And a couple of people, I won't say that they've gotten airtight with it yet, but, you know, we played, and I definitely felt like I wasn't doing anything for certain parts of the match. And, I mean, I didn't hate it because I'm like, you know,
it was still early Nappa.
Yeah, it's early Nappa. But, dude, this freaking hitbox is gigantic, man.
Yeah, no, his jump H is reminding me of Elfelt jump H with the fan. He just puts his kick out there. I've been actually, like, with him and Goku, if you, like, people home and you just jump back H, you'll actually outzone them a lot of the times at full screen. Kind of interesting.
Because it gives you a little bit of time for your jump H to be active when they come and meet you, right? Rather than trying to meet them head on with it. Yeah.
And its hitbox is so good. It's like, it kind of has like a wall in front of it, you know?
Well, I mean, it should. That's like a giant leg just coming down at your skull. You know?
Yeah. It's cool to see Nappa good, though. He was in another, I think, Bandai Dragon Ball game that's kind of like their Gundam games. It's like they had a team-based kind of style game like that, but Nappa set traps in that game was actually a good utility for teams.
Oh, okay.
I used to watch, like, I forget which arcade. They would upload videos sometimes, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night while I was auto-queuing, and I'd be like, oh, wow, Dragon Ball game.
Yeah, that was Zenkai Battle Royale. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
The game's dope. Anyway, sorry for anybody just joining us. We're talking about the open beta, and actually, they're extending it tonight, aren't they? Like, we're getting enough. Like, right after the show, we're pretty much going. It's going live. It's going back up.
Yeah,
so,
it's pretty crazy.
I assume this is after several people were saying they couldn't even play matches, let alone stay on the server for more than 5 minutes at a time. I mean, that definitely happened to me a bunch, you know? Like, in the middle of a match, get booted out, you go back to the lobby, and then they boot you out of the lobby back into, like, the home screen, and you're just like, I mean, I guess this is why it's an open beta test.
Yeah.
Dude, I think, like, tonight is a great example of Bandai Namco being like, but are you really down, though? Let me put this shit out on a Wednesday where I know you guys didn't ask for this day off. Like, come on. Let me bait you. Go ahead. Use that last...
Oh, wow, you were talking to...
Oh, it lost me again.
The Bandai Namco, the Bam Tops hitting the kill switch, huh?
They were like, hold on, man. Hold on, you need to shut the fuck up.
Bandai cops are fast, man. That's crazy.
Yo, shit.
Fermata with the fan
dude.
there. Damn.
Anyways, yeah.
Not saying nothing around these guys, man. They don't play around.
I think people are gonna accept the challenge of tonight and play on a work night.
I mean,
School night for many.
You know? Are you gonna use that last sick day to stay home tomorrow. And just grind, you know? Like,
I advise using it for the real release, but if you have to, it's understandable. It's
well, the real release is, and this is like, because usually what games come out on Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
This game's coming out on a Friday, right before the weekend, and possibly a gigantic weekend because, like, I've already heard like 5 events announced. One of them in SoCal offering $3,500 to the winner, or I guess top 8. You know, you got something at Hot 97 in New York. You got, you know, the voice actor event down in SoCal also, which is the day before, and they want people to show up to that and like play some stuff. Like,
pretty crazy,
dude.
It's that new stuff, man. It's the new stuff.
Am I the only one that's kind of feeling a little like not so much like overwhelmed in a bad way, but it's like, whoa, like there's so much stuff going on. Will it all be able to be contained? You know?
This is what I think it is, man. And I think we can all agree with this, is that we've been waiting for something like this for a very long time. And I think people got off their asses when they saw this game get announced. It was like, when that game fucking comes out, whether I'm a promoter, I'm in media, or I'm a player, like, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to put this game forward.
Yep.
And I definitely think that's what's happening. And you know what, man? Like, Dragon Ball has a massive fucking reach, dude. Like, there's a lot of people that don't really fuck with the FGC. That when this game comes out, yeah, exactly, dude. It's weird. Even I think when you guys were mentioning that one of the fighters was talking about this. You know how many fighters like actually emulate this shit? You know, like people say it's Street Fighter. Nah, dog, this shit is Dragon Ball. They're imitating Dragon Ball. Shit.
We got NFL players over there doing like, you know, special moves like after the down and stuff, and it's just like they got them promoting the game. Like they had the freaking Packers players promoting the game, and it's just like you don't normally see that for. I mean, honestly, you don't even see that for some Dragon Ball shit. This is probably the first time, just as a Dragon Ball fan, I'm seeing this amount of attention being paid to a franchise product, you know? And it also doesn't help that this is the year of Dragon Ball, apparently. You know, we've got new clothing line stuff. We've got shoes. Shit. We've got, you know, new movie coming out later on, centered around the origin of the Saiyans, you know? And
there you go.
We got Scouters and shit. It feels like I don't know if like FighterZ is that big, but it feels like everything happened at the same time, and FighterZ was a spearhead for that. And not even being a Dragon Ball fan, being a fighting game fan, we don't even have that normally. That is not even something that we're used to, you know? We're the only ones hyped for fighting games. Now, like, the entire media world is about Dragon Ball FighterZ right now. And
they kept it under wraps for so long, which is crazy. Like, I remember there was a leak about it 2 years ago, or maybe even 3, when SF5 was first at E3, and people like were talking about it there because it was only one sentence that Bandai Namco might be doing a Dragon Ball fighting game, but no one thought about it past that. And then it's like all of a sudden, once it came out, it's like it's I don't know. This is like I've been playing fighting games a long time, and this is pretty big for me, you know. It's pretty cool. And even there's parts about it that I would say that would actually make people be like, I don't know, but I'm pretty excited.
Well, we've definitely had a fair share of I don't knows all week, you know. We've been having it all year, right, Abe? Like, people have basically been like back and forth on how they feel about this game before it even comes out or even touched it.
We basically made the confirmation last week. What we mean to say was that I think here we've always have been extremely attracted to this game and the series, and obviously we're fans, but it's just I can never shake how regardless if the game's going to be super good or not, I always felt like this game's going to be a big thing regardless. It's going to be big. How effective it is, I don't know, like the details, but I don't know. I feel like you're definitely trying to avoid what's actually happening if you don't think it's on some type of wavelength, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, so Josh, you and I talked a lot about this game, and like one of the things you always told me was like, man, I just want to play the game, you know? Because for a while there, and I gotta say this, you were like the first person I thought would be on this, and you literally couldn't. Like, you literally, if they put it down in front of you, you couldn't even play.
Yeah.
Because you were having an issue, right?
Yeah, my hand was hurt at Evo. I did play a lot though at AX and E3. I got a ton of time there, but at Evo, I was out of commission. My hand's still kind of bothering me, and I still need a little more recovery to know what the problem is. But I've been playing wine glass style, so I don't use my thumb. I've been always just playing Japanese style, like pen style. But now I play like this, and it's some things are weird, but it's doable. So I'm just running with it.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, like, if the wait is bad for me, who gets, like, invited to Bandai Namco and like to play the game, I can't imagine what it was like for you the last 6 months. Like, do you want to tell us how you coped with that, like, the entire time?
I just watched a lot of footage, and anyone that I knew that like got hands on with it, I would just ask them questions and stuff that I knew, or I would ask them to test stuff. I'd be like, "Oh, hey, I was doing this. Can you try this out?" Or like, I heard friggin' 17 can guard cancel command grab. Is that real? And then they'll be like, "Oh wow, and this one you can," and stuff like that. So little things like that. But at the time, this year for me has been more about like I want to beat these kids and show them what's up. Like, I always do, but I want to do it so they can do the same thing. And this year's all about like trying to get everyone to learn how to fish so they can fish. So I want to bring everyone up so we can all do better too. So while other years I would be like, oh man, I got enough here where I couldn't. The beta test held me over enough that I couldn't be too mad, I really wanted to play. I really wanted to like go to these events and do stuff, but it's here now. I can't complain.
Yeah,
even with the beta going down on Sunday, I didn't have any matches. Well, it didn't go down, but I couldn't sync to anybody. So I just sat in tutorial mode, and then I found some curling combo, and now all of a sudden I have a new team. So it's like, sometimes you just gotta use what you have, and you'll make it work.
For sure, man. Like, I'm just noting, like, I haven't seen you this happy ever. So
yeah, man. And we haven't even highlighted one of the facts to some of our viewers that may not know you is the fact that you do have a very long history in the FGC as a successful tournament player and in playing fighting games, like almost all fighting games, period.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
quite a history, yeah. Like, you understand what other companies have tried as far as systems go and what has worked in the past or what you liked. You've been able to develop quite a roster of games that you played under. And that's why, for me, at least, I really value your opinion. And that's why we have you on the show, because you have such a unique perspective that I think a lot of us don't right now.
I have like a weird opinion about the game right now. So I really like this game, Sengoku Basara X, that ArcSys made. And I really feel like this is like the Marvel 2 balanced versioned out transfer to Dragon Ball of it.
Yo, dig it.
But I think that game's a lot of fun. So like, I don't know. We used to play it pickup for years. So I think it's not exactly the same game, but I think they took an idea of how that game's played and transferred it to this universe and really applied like how people's normals, like, even it's really interesting to see how certain moves have attributes that would work in a fighting game and stuff. Like Nappa having that 2-in-1, that armor and stuff, like it just trips me out seeing these moves actually work in the games, like how you would want to use them in a game. Like the one thing I love about this game is like ArcSys and Bandai Namco, they just put so much love into this. Like when you kill people, you get the cinematics, like the epic story mode stuff. See, I'm geeking out about all the stuff that I usually don't even care about.
Perfect show for that, man.
Like, oh my god, this game's actually, I'm really impressed. I can't believe I'm like 31 and I feel like I'm 13 again. It's pretty cool.
It's been kind of like the whole half of the year of 2017 for us. They hit the 30s, and you're like, somehow hit the backwards time warp, and we're back to middle school. Wishing Broly was in this game.
Now you know how I know that this game has such a strong pull, especially for us here, is that this dude Hellpock I have never seen him get so emotional over his wins and losses on his team. Because I know how he is. Like he'll play King of Fighters and he'll be like, he'll care, but not like this, man. Like
Yeah, yell out of crap.
and it's funny, he was taking things personal, and I was
It's
like,
just beta, and I was so upset.
I was like, damn, dude, those points aren't even real, dog. Like, you're gonna have to start over.
We don't even know if we keep our points right now. You know,
I was like publicly acknowledging that too, where I'm like, oh man, look at all these guys that care about their points. That's not me, guys.
Yeah, totally you. Shit, you weren't gonna live it down if you didn't get at least a Super Saiyan, dude. You're like,
God, dude,
come on.
I thought I was gonna get demoted. I was just like, I'm just gonna stop streaming.
Oh, that's me too, dude. It's cool.
Oh my god.
That's how you know it's a good game, when you care that much.
Seriously, like I definitely I for sure remember a moment where I was like, okay, I gotta calm down. It's just the beta. And I'm saying this out loud to the stream, and then in the next match I'm just like, fuck, shit. Lost some more points. And when I was playing you, I didn't know it was you, and I was like, oh my god, why are people this good already? People are gonna talk hella shit about me because I was at Bandai Namco. I should know everything already.
I knew that was in the back of your head, man. Poor guy. I feel
this guy don't know anything.
No, hell yeah.
Ruining my reputation.
You beat me the first game though. I was like, hell no. Show him what's up. Because like I missed a couple things, and then I was like, oh man, I know what to do here. But
I was just gonna say, like the way when you miss something, and if there's somebody that punishes in this game, like, oh man, it hurts so bad.
That all wasn't even about our match. I was just reflecting on thousands of matches at once where I would miss something and just lecture the stream like, you know what, see me offline because at this rate, I'll 2H anybody. I will do the right thing even if I'm wrong off online. Like,
oh, dude.
It was, wow.
You might have to back some of that up though, man, because there's gonna be so many players in this game. Just like your dance card might be full for a couple months, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, I played some like 10 framers that they had a legit strategy, a 10 frames.
10 frame strategy? Damn.
Oh man, this game is really strong for mashing if it's like severe lag. Like this is the game to mash on because it's like no lie, mashing auto combo in online is the business.
You might have to have that online tournament team where you're gonna play that one dude that's gonna try to wash you out. So you need that quick attack assist team, just the stomp pools. You don't know if ESL or all these places, they might be like, yo, online leagues here, or Peaceful J comes back, $300 tournaments in the week. Kids are gonna want to hustle, so you gotta know the grime too, man. Like I used to grow up in the grime water. That's how I'm pretty good at a lot of that stuff, but I don't like drinking the grime water these days. You get a little bit of Aquafina and Fuji, and you're fine.
Wash it out of your mouth real quick. Like, okay, back in there real quick.
But to be honest, though, if anyone's watching that's new these days, we have a lot of names that you will hear are prestigious, Justin Wong and Chris G and whatever. Like these guys are good, but there's a lot of new guys like Punk and stuff like that. They came out of these experience holes of watching and wanting to do this and playing online. So you give yourself goals, you guys could wash all of us up. We may not even know who's the real truth. I think like a lot of these other scenes coming in think they're gonna show us, and they're gonna have like a reality check a little bit. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of reality check too. But if anyone comes into the FGC and learns from our resources from another community, that's what I'm like, they can do this, So if they're looking at like that, then I think these guys can get us. But if they're looking at like they don't know nothing coming in, those guys, they're gonna have a little bit of a awakening, You can't just play Yu-Gi-Oh and come in,
What's gonna be a trip is for those dudes that are like, I just put in like 2,000 hours of this game in like 2 months, and I'm still getting washed. Like, fuck, what do I do?
Homie, quick.
Yeah. I gotta stop super dashing. Super dashing is not working.
But what about that guy that can guess it every time on your
Oh my god, dude.
You know what? That is a real thing, and I've been thinking about that as well. Is that
the
super
dive
dash?
kick master Kazunoko does it? I could see him being ridiculous.
Just delay him super dash every time. saying you won't do nothing, you won't do nothing, and you won't. You'll be like, it's my turn.
Dude, it's the thing is you always have to take it into consideration, and that already affects the neutral game. The fact that if you move, you're susceptible to a super dash at a certain distance, right?
Yeah.
That if you commit to an action, you're susceptible to a super dash. Like, it's real in the neutral game. You got to deal with it, and unfortunately, as soon as you take your eyes off of it, oh shit! I just ate a super dash.
Yep, that's why you got to play that solid game, man. Just throw out that standing light. Just check them real quickly. Is it gonna do something? All right. You may not get no big damage confirm off it, but you didn't have to take a super dash, right?
That's true.
So, that's what I learned to do after 16 hours. I'm like, you know what? Screw trying to down H this shit.
How do you play the neutral? Neutral is so difficult.
Oh my god, man.
Play Gohan.
Oh my god, man.
Ah!
Gohan in this game, like, even though for some reason, even though his moves are just like nothing like him, when I play him, I get the vibe I'm playing Andy Bogard, you know?
Oh yeah, no.
Just freaking good buttons and just good movement and whatever else he wants.
Or old school Terry when Dunk was invincible. It's like,
Yeah,
damn, just throw it out. Why not?
Oh my god, man. Like, there's people doing like the IAD jump heavy from him. It's like, it's an instant overhead, man. That thing is so deep.
I like the drop down. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, I love it, man. I mean, I hate playing adult Gohans, but you know, I love that he's in the game and he's annoying as hell. So, but for real, like, this game it's something more than I think. Well, it'll take us a couple of months to really know what to do with it as far as like promotions go and like community stuff, because like we're already having like that little thing where people are wondering like, well, where am I going to go to play this? Like, who's going to be the tournament for Dragon Ball FighterZ, you know, and who's going to it, you know?
Well, I think everyone should support their locals, honestly, because we never know who's going to be the best. So if you guys are good, help out everyone that shows up. And if even people ask the same dumb question a couple times, you give them a couple extra strikes, you know, like we're going to have a lot of brand new players here that you never know how good they could be. You just got to help them get started right now.
Yeah, and you want them to be good because, I mean, let's face it, not only can we not play forever, even though we're going to try to, we're going to need people to play, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, I would be remiss if I said, you know, this didn't matter how big it was going to get. Like, no, I want this to be the biggest thing going at EVO. Last week, I was forced to answer the question, is Dragon Ball FighterZ going to be bigger than Street Fighter V? And I said yes, and I stand by that answer, despite the fact that it was not allowed to say no, or actually, no, I wasn't allowed to explain that away with some bullshit. I had to say yes or no, and I said yes, because I want it to be, you know? Yeah. And I think it's definitely got the ability to do it. And part of that is going to take, you know, being patient with the new people, being open to new experiences, keeping an open mind, you know, being willing to, you know, share information and not save that shit for nationals, you know?
That's just like impossible now. Like,
oh, totally.
It is.
Come on, man. I definitely think that this game is a situation where if we play it right, man, everybody can win. As far as like, you know, people trying to get in on this, people being doing media, being top players. There's so many different ways that the scene has advanced since the internet age of streaming with like SF4, right? Like, since then, we've advanced to have exhibitions, these tournaments, online tournaments, so many different places for you guys to take advantage of, that it's not just all centralized in one location, man. Like, you come from the arcades, you know what it's like to, this shit only exists in the arcades. Like, sorry, you guys that don't have arcades are gonna be shit at this game. Like, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're coming over here, you're gonna get fucked up. It's not gonna be like that with this game. You know, this game is gonna offer a lot of opportunities for people to learn and for people to showcase their talents. And this past weekend, even off of just I watched a shitload of streams over the weekend, by the way. I'm sure you guys did as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the players that you guys were playing, I was watching. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? I don't know who that is, but this guy clearly knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of those guys went to Bandai Namco, and if they didn't, they're fucking amazing.
I'll tell you what, I'm in a New York chat that plays like all the games, and there's a huge group of Marvel and Guilty Gear players, and a lot of those guys are all old school Marvel 2 guys that went to Guilty Gear, and those guys have been, one of them's Alzarath, and he's on Twitter, and he's been measuring it out, And those guys have been breaking it down. Any ounce of footage, like they just eat it up. They're like, yo, and they're talking about the anime at the same time. It's great. Yeah, no, like there's a huge interest, and you have this influx of players that are talented, and they seem more motivated than they've been in years. It's actually kind of interesting. I was just gonna say with SF4. Like you said, from arcade to this to that. When we played in arcades, we watched that die, and then we brought the scene up. But then when SF4 came up, the game kind of had this aspect of where you could mash reversals, and that was kind of whack. And you had an influx of online players that were going to mash a lot. So the first wave of tournaments, a lot of us were like, yo, let's beat these scrubs. And a lot of our reactions was not that positive. Like we could have actually kept more players being more positive. And the only thing I have to say about that is, like, you know, put goals to your pop off. I'm all for the pop off, but don't pop off on people that, you know, don't really deserve. Like, if it's that free because of that, let the guy know, you know?
Right.
When he's good enough and you're not letting him have, and you're eating his food, then let him know, you know?
Here's one thing I'll say is that I don't think there's anything to be proud of to taking advantage of these dudes that obviously don't know what they're talking about when they're breaking down this game. And you know it. It's as a fighting game player, you know that this guy has no idea, this guy or girl has no idea what they're getting themselves into, right? And they're talking about, oh, well, I played Xenoverse, I played this other Dragon Ball, I played Budokai, I know what's up. And it's like, that's all you played? Is they gonna play this? Don't like, you can rub your hands, go for it, fine. Like, yeah, I'm about to get you. Oh no, man, it's cool, man. They don't call me the chef for nothing. I mean, you're about to get cooked. But at the end of the day, it's like, why are you so proud of that? Fuck up some real fucking people, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're gonna give him fucking hands. Like, come on, man.
Nowadays I do that, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna show these guys what's up. They're gonna learn about the game, and they're gonna get interested, you know? Like, I've been trying to help people walk a little more, you know?
I don't know. I never get the pop off. I never win.
Yeah, that's not true. You're going to, dude.
Oh man, no. I mean, I feel pretty confident that I'll get some wins under my belt. But the thing was, for me, was like
go Saiyan, dude. I could definitely see you going Saiyan in this game.
Going Super Saiyan, like, oh, I think the only person that ever went Super Saiyan on in this game was Sharp, and that was just like because she was talking shit before we even started playing. So I had to blow her up on the Bandai Namco stream. I almost did it again. But no, my main focus is a lot similar to yours, where, like, you know, yeah, sure, I'll play seriously and, you know, like, go to tournaments, compete, but my main interest is making sure everybody else who's coming in, maybe not just from the FGC, but, like, you know, we got guys coming in from the YouTube Dragon Ball communities, we got guys from the Xenoverse and everything, and just people fresh into fighting games because they like Dragon Ball, or probably 1%. Somebody just saw this, doesn't care anything about fighting games or Dragon Balls. Like, this is a cool looking game, you know? Maybe that's it. I want those people to feel like there is some hope, there's some light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to playing against good people or people who are just better than they are, you know? Because one of the things that I keep hearing from people that have been trying this game out all weekend is like, how do I do this? How do I do that? I don't think this character is that good. I don't think this option is that good. I'm like, okay, let me explain to you why you're doing this wrong first, you know?
I'm reading my own chat right there. I was like, wow. I literally answered I'd be like, watch this. You're going to answer this question, and I'm going to answer it. And then in 5 minutes, you're going to read the same question for me.
That's the same. There we go.
And then it would be that. But then some of the dudes would be like, answer it for me. I'd be like, yo, help. Oh, thank you for the help. But one thing that's really cool, and I think it's good and important for all of us, is that, you know, like 90% of us probably all like Dragon Ball. And then the other 10% want to either come in and beat people and like playing games to win or play fighting games or whatever, you know, and think the game's fun. Or then you have that 1% that plays out of hate and wants to make people mad. And, you know, you always got to have those guys.
Oh yeah, man! Like the secret killers. That's one of my homies is like that. You know, all he does is play online and he just like makes people upset. And I'm like, you know what? But you know how to do it is the thing, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
So they're gonna learn from you too.
How about those tortured souls that play the game because they hate it? You know, like,
oh my God,
I hate this game, and I just fucked you up. I'm just saying.
Oh man,
Like those guys exist. I'm sure we know those. Each one of us knows one of those or a few of those guys.
Dude, there's like a whole community of that people. I don't know. I can say
I've
shit.
definitely played a game like that before, but I won't name what it
Yeah, let's not go there. This is not the blow up show, man.
is.
Oh my god, no, but that's real. Like there's like all kinds of people who are going to be coming in on this game for different reasons, and they're all going to have questions, you know. And so like guys like Alzareth, guys like Nakiel and Tatsu, guys
Yep.
like people that run Mount Paozu Arcade like this, you know. It's a
Lord
duty that
Knight,
we've taken on.
all these dudes,
you know?
Biscuits, friggin' all the dudes, all the homies, everyone. You know, we have all these resources, all these people. They don't. They can go to multiple people right now. The important thing of right now is that if we do have a huge boom game that's similar to SF4, we need a runoff of people that know how to teach themselves or know where to go to learn. And then, like generally, when we get people to come into our scene, we're getting like 1% or less of people that actually buy the game, that they come for like a whole year. If we can make that percentage even 3%, you know, it would be phenomenal for events. You know, we could do so much more. That's what I'm looking at, is can we boost the dripple of players that want to care that much? You know, can we make that a little, like a glass of water out of that? You know, that'd be great.
I would like to know, what is the average age of the people who are coming into this fresh?
I think it's going to be like young
18, 21, right? Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it'd be like totally within that range, but I bet you like the largest amount of new players is about to be like straight out into college, maybe straight out of high school, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe still in high school. Because let's be real, like, you know, if we talking about esports don't they don't know an age, man.
No, it's
as long
true.
as you can work.
Dude, and nowadays they got these kids that are coming out of the womb knowing how to play fighting games. Like, what the fuck?
Shit,
Yo. I mean, everyone nowadays, like, you got, what is it, mom catch them hands, and like you got moms playing, you got girls, guys, everybody's playing nowadays. Like, and you got Sonic Fox with the full suit about to like terrorize all of us. Like, I think the important thing about fighting games is, like, can you express yourself in the game, and can people stop that? And I think there's something about that. It's like everyone can be their own wrestling character in a way. It's kind of cool.
Oh, dude, that reminds me, man. Like, you keep talking about Super Saiyan, and now you said a wrestling character, and I'm like, dude, like the energy surrounding, like, just like stage streams, like people winning on stage stream. And I know we said don't pop off, but you know, there's gonna be like a guy who's like, hey, you come up here real quick. I need somebody to do fusion dance with me real quick before I get off the stage.
Off,
you know?
but pop off, man.
Yeah, pop off responsibly.
That guy Chris Segley over there, look him right. Extra energy.
He's gonna be, how come everybody just keeps on doing the stupid dance, or like, you know, like they power up? Like, what is this?
The first coach and player is gonna do the fusion when they win a meet. Oh man, it's gonna be huge, dude.
Oh man, I just can't wait, you know. And like, it's gonna start, like we said, with the local events, and the local events are gonna experience a huge influx too. Like, we got something that's happening in NorCal the day after release, and I know I said I would go, but I'm actually gonna be working, so I can't. Sorry, I apologize for that, but I'll see you guys at the next one. But they're gonna have like a big, you know, influx as soon as it gets out in NorCal that there's a place to play it competitively, you know. And and if you've been following NorCal, you know, like, people are starved for a venue.
No, definitely want to play up there.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like a tidal wave, and there's probably gonna be more places like that in areas of America and probably even around the world that normally didn't even have events. You know, that's the thing that trips me out. Because as KOF players, me and Abe, one of the biggest things we ever heard was like, you know, there's no one to play in my area. We have no scene, and the online sucks too much to play anybody beyond my state lines, right? But with this, you probably have one at your local comic book store, you know? Yeah. And they'll be like, hey, as long as 20 people show up to this thing, we'll keep running it.
That's true.
That's how that scene's going to grow. And then if you get like 2 of those guys that go to EVO at the end of the summer, like, that's your 3% right there. It's overwhelming. The
fact of like all the pickup tournaments that are going to come out of this, it's going to be great. It's like, I'm actually really excited. I really want to see who takes this in right now. Like, and like it NLBC every week, you know, I can't wait to see with that, like, who are we going to get over there? Like, are we going to see IDOM and all the Marvel guys and Sonic Fox and the Kill Sage and all of them running the game, or are we going to get all the Guilty Gear guys, Lord Knight, friggin' Shine, Lost Soul?
dude,
I mean, such a dedicated scene over there. And both games are kind of mixed. It's like that mix mash of players is going to be actually nuts to watch.
Man, the answer is all the above, man. This is definitely
like I'm excited for SoCal too. I'm not lying. Like,
yeah.
You got me and Kizzy, you got the whole Marvel scene here, you got our whole anime scene here. But I'm just saying, like, you got some old school Marvel heads and you got some hella old school Guilty Gear heads over there, like, and they all care that much right now. Like, I feel like New York's gonna be one of those spots, just gonna boom. Like,
oh, do you think we might have the regional rivalry again?
I hope so.
Dude, that would be.
I missed that. I actually missed that
for a game to have the rivalry, and I think the rivalry should extend a bit. You know, we should let some other coasts get in too.
Oh,
but
for sure.
I think it's important that we do the classic too. You know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the team tournament.
Yeah, of friggin' East Coast versus West Coast. You know, man. Do that.
the team exhibition.
Biggie versus Pac forever. You know?
Oh man, we're still feeling that fucking years later.
Oh jeez.
Shut
we
the
said
world.
enough. Oh man. Definitely, I agree with that. That's something that I don't even think that it really needs to happen, but it probably will happen because there's so many people who just got so much energy behind this already. You know that when that amount of energy is built up and it runs out of places to go, it's gonna start turning inward. You know, so you're gonna have somebody saying, "Fuck this scene." They don't know what they're talking about. You know, these guys don't even play this game right. And that should almost happen with Marvel Infinite. Yeah, but I feel like if it almost happened with Marvel Infinite, it can definitely happen with Dragon Ball FighterZ. The amount of people and energy that's building up inside of that scene before it even comes out.
Yeah, honestly, it can. Someone just even listening to me here, like from Florida or Texas or Chicago, is probably like, "Fuck that! Like, what about my area?"
Right? Like, why am I not in the conversation? Let me go
man.
Your own tournament.
Yo, Alaska got net play now. We got fiber. We got fiber Google now. We play Japan. Like,
we only played on PC, and this is the first Dragon Ball game. Nah, dude, I want to see, like, this is what's gonna happen, man. Is that there's gonna be a few good players from each coast or wherever they're from, and they're gonna look at each other and be like, "Hey, we're nice. Fuck yeah, we're nice. Let's take this fools down. Hey, we got. Hey, there's 3v3 in this. Don't forget about that shit.
Oh, that's true.
You know, if you guys are located, let's just say it's like, hey, this is my neighbor state. What's up, guys? What's going down? Like, you guys want to fight? You know, Texas, fucking New Mexico, all those people. What's good? Yeah, I can't wait.
You gotta get it started, man. Like,
Echo Fox might just clean up all the good players, and then we just be like,
oh
damn,
my god, yeah.
E-Fox, DBZ.
Oh my god, dude. No, man, they like put up some ordinance against that. Like, hey, you can't have a monopoly on the good Dragon Ball FighterZ player. But then again, there might be like 80 of them. You know,
they need a Saiyan jersey with the friggin' armor.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to hit them up for that if they do that. You know, just get, like, a nice little, get a nice little sleeveless.
Just let me have one. I don't have to be on the team. Just let me have.
Yeah, right.
Yo, who's gonna be like the Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders of FGC and play sports in real life? Like some dude that's like a professional fighter or professional football player. Like, yeah, I play fucking Dragon Ball FighterZ on the weekend.
You know, the
I win tournaments.
That's
closest
actually
thing
true.
would be like what, Kenny Omega, if he's messing with it.
Ooh, Kenny,
I mean, people we don't even know, dude. Like, a lot of people are gonna play this game.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people are gonna play this game, and I always bring up the whole infiltration phenomenon where, like, he busted out in the scene and people were just like, who is this guy that Laugh is hanging out with? And then he was just unstoppable for like a year and a half. And now it's like he's like everybody's demon. No matter where he's at professionally, people are always on the lookout for him. And I think Street Fighter Cross Tekken was his first game, right?
No, he came to Super. He beat Daigo at NCR in Super.
Was it in Super?
Yeah, like way back. Did he beat Daigo? He did get top at that tournament. But yeah, he was in the Evo that Mike Ross got top 8.
Oh, right, there we go. Yeah,
he was like that. 4th, I think.
See, like even
no, he got 3rd.
I was actually even at that tournament. Even I was like, "Who is this guy?" Right?
Yeah.
And like, it never stopped after that. So like, I would never like assume that you got all. If you're like a team like Echo Fox or something, like you just assume you got all your ducks in a row because these guys had a good year. Because you never know who's gonna show up in the next update. You know?
No, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of updates, how about the update we got today? We finally got some the veil pulled off of Android 21.
Yeah.
Like big time. Like they literally took her coat off. Like everything's off right now, you know? And what is she, rogue? Like it looks like she's got like some rogue capabilities right now, you know, like absorb the abilities of an opponent and use them against them. And like I think I gotta say that's probably gonna have to be some inventive shit, man. Like how they're gonna build that all into one character.
I think her dynamic alone makes her pretty good.
Yeah, right. I mean,
like,
it's definitely unique.
Yeah, no. I from the bat, I was thinking I was gonna play Boost, and now I'm like, I could play all Boost. It's actually kind of crazy, especially because Kid Boost, like people love
man.
Kid Boo, if you know what I mean, right?
Oh my god!
You guys love Kid Boo?
Of course you love Kid Boo, because Kid Boos love everybody else. That's all we want to do is love people and spread our love across the world.
Love to be obnoxious with Kid Boo.
It's not obnoxiousness.
Obnoxious.
I'm teaching them what to do against the brain dead candy beams and the fake shots and all the good stuff.
He's a good character.
No, Kid Boo players are the ones that go to your house and drink up all the liquor. Like they're bad dudes, dog. It's like, hey, what the fuck?
I told you to take your shoes off. It's like mud everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm just thinking back to this time at NCR where like Ultra David had like we were in a room like Ultra David had like a fridge full like 2 beers and I was like, hey man, can I have that? And before he even said anything, I opened it. So I'm like, oh yeah, future Kid Boo player.
Wow.
Yeah, no, like she's it's fascinating, man. Like I will say this. I am a little upset that they changed her design so drastically. I kind of wanted to see a little bit of action with her as a standard android, you know?
Yeah.
I like that outfit. I like that design. I wanted to see what she could do as in that form. But maybe it's possibly that she didn't have any special abilities, even though she would be the first android ever created that didn't have any special abilities. I wanted to see more of that before we went into second form, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No,
and
exactly.
I feel like some people, or I personally feel like that we missed an opportunity there. But I'm not saying that she's gonna be bad or anything like that. I just think that, oh man, that you just spend a whole half a year building this lady up, and now she's not officially a Majin, but she's like now she's Majin Bay, you know?
Yeah.
And what happened to the cyborg? What happened to the android? You know?
Oh, she's a cyborg.
She's a cyborg.
She's a cyborg.
Oh, she's a cyborg, all right. I got like a whole theory about how she's Android 16's mom and everything, and this kind of blows it up. So I need them to scale it back a little bit so we know exactly what's going on with her before we switch over to final form.
Oh,
yeah, man. Gotta come through with those conspiracy theories. Gotta get one right.
I can't believe it. Like right after we talk, I'm like fiending out, and I'm like, oh, I get to play. Oh,
I know, right? That's perfect. That was the other update. We get another open beta at the end of this episode, you know? And they did it for us because, you know, they could have started that open beta at any time, right? They could have said, 8 p.m., open beta restarts. Mm-hmm. But they were like, you know what? Mount Paozu Arcade said they were going to do an episode on Wednesday. Oh, nice. And they always start their episodes at 8. So we're going to start the open beta at 9. You're welcome, guys.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually interested. I don't think we got to ask you this question yet, but what team did you run primarily in the beta?
So this one or all of them?
Well, this past weekend.
Okay, so I just ran Team New at first. I was like, all right, Gohan, Cap, Nappa. I almost say Kappa, and not Beerus. Gohan, Nappa, and who was the third? I forget
who you played me with, because I remember the Gohan and the Nappa.
Oh, Kid Buu.
Well, were you Kid Buu bearing?
Yeah, I was Kid Buu then. Because then I switched to when I got locked out, I started learning Krillin, and when I learned Krillin, I started learning Goku and Kid Buu. So yeah, Krillin, Goku, Kid Buu. I like that team a lot.
Dude, everybody's gonna have a Goku by the end of this week. Like,
yeah.
Oh man, there is gonna be a really weird side effect because of that, right? Like, everybody can play Goku, so you're always gonna have that beam assist on deck if you need them.
Oh man, that shit is good.
There's a good chance of Team Goku winning the first weeks. You know, like all 3 Gokus on a team. If they all have projectile assists.
Well, that might be the only saving grace because Goku Blacks and Super Saiyan Gokus are projectile assists, but Super Saiyan Blue Gokus is a dive kick. That is a hard knockdown, apparently. So.
Oh wow!
I have to retest that when it comes out. But the one I remember seeing was that it was a knockdown.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait, man.
I mean, it's gonna be pretty sick. I mean, but yeah, I think Team Goku is probably gonna be a lot of on the tip of every day one player's tongues. It's like, oh yeah, 2 beams and a super fast character. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey man, don't talk shit about my main squad, bro. I'm already committed.
Oh, you already on that?
At least the 2 of them. Give me Goku Black and Super Saiyan Goku, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can't even get my Gene Vegeta in here, man. Like I got Vegeta Blue, but I can't get my Gene Vegeta.
Damn, Team Vegeta.
Team Vegeta, man.
Might just throw Trunks on there.
That's the character. That is the final roster right there. Trunks, Goku Black, and Super Saiyan Goku.
Nice.
That's the Squizard.
That's the you can't touch me, but I can touch you team.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, man. You brought up a good point though, is that a lot of players that don't have a background in like Marvel or assist type games, is that we really don't know how to creatively max out those situations, right? Like you kind of said it, like, oh, what character's top tier? Where it's a synergy based game, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, it was hard to grasp at first, but then I started seeing other players play, which to me I recommend to all you guys. We do plug as many as the great players that we come across as we can to watch their Twitches and learn from those guys, because you immediately see the difference. Like where they use an assist, at what point in time are they getting creative with how they use the assist. Like a lot of times I saw like people like Nakia or people I'm playing against, I'm like, damn, that's really creative. I did not think about using the assist that way, and somebody like you is definitely somebody that's been exposed to that and can think that way. And as far as what I've seen, the ways that I've seen you play, like this is your ballpark, man. This is just shit that I think you really fuck with. So
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I played a lot of people this weekend, like from Fame to Nakio to Tatsu, and everyone had great ideas. Everyone, like, this game's kind of, I guess, the Doom Virgil right now. This game is Cell Frieza, I would guess.
Oh.
It seems like a very solid team to put up, but I'm not 100% in thinking it's the go all or even the cheapest Vegeta team yet. So while I definitely think that you're in top tier range of what we know now, picking those characters, we still have characters we haven't even touched yet. We haven't even had all the characters together at once. We don't know who counters who. Like, there's still a lot of aspects of the game that you can work on, and there's parts of synergy games where, let's say you do have a bad matchup, you can back your team up to help you, in those aspects. So, defining a team to be so well-rounded, that's what usually Marvel top tier comes to, or just a team that needs to hit you once. But
yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Like, there's gonna be so many different kinds of teams you can build here. Like, you have a well-rounded team, a team that, despite people believing that it's not very prevalent in this game, that's good on defense, and then of course the spearhead kill team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then you have hybrids of all that.
Yeah. One weird thing that happened during a match with me was with Nappa. I planted a Cyberman, and I accidentally tagged trying to call an assist while running, and he hard tagged, and the Cyberman was in an action, and he stayed out and kept attacking. So I'm wondering if people are going to figure out stuff like that.
Really?
So then we're going to have teams that are going to be like Strider Doom Clockwork with like Nappa something where you're just getting mauled by people for a couple seconds till they can set up again. Like, I don't know.
Well,
We'll
you saw
see.
you saw my video on the how little fucks Cybermen care about deflect, right?
Yeah,
Like that shit is.
yeah, you can get thrown on a deflect, so that one grab, they'll come.
They'll snatch you.
Yeah,
Actually,
the body snatchers.
Like the weird thing is, like you can deflect one of their attacks and they'll go right into the next one and it'll be a counter hit.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that is terrible. Who allowed this? And then you put Kid Buu in there just for fun. Throw an arm ball real quick, like, hey.
Yep. Good old jump kick to the head and a fireball. And it's
Oh,
like, yeah.
baby, man! Like that is not okay, man. I feel like that's gonna be like day one patch material.
There's a
But
lot
if
of cool
it's not,
aspects,
you know,
though.
let it rock.
Yeah, no. I was picking him at first. People were like, "Yeah, Nappa's not that good." And then whenever I hear "not that good" day one, I'm like, "All right, I have to play this character," because I'm just like, someone just didn't see something, and I don't want to get hit by that later on. You know?
Right, exactly. Then you'd be like, "I thought you said he was bad." I'm like, "Well, obviously this guy."
Hey everybody, I'm sorry. Discord just crashed. That is a thing that just happened. So, give us a moment while we recover
Right now.
from this. Hey, we're back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I was letting everybody know Discord crashed for a quick second.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sick, and the camera didn't really decide to fix itself. Well, I'll be back with this, everybody. Go ahead and continue talking, guys.
Continue, sorry.
Oh, so we're talking about synergy. So I was just saying, like, the cool thing is, like, even if you pick some fanboy team in this game, you're like, I want all the Z Warriors together or something like that.
Mhm.
So I was playing Krillin and Goku because of tutorial mode, and I started going into it, and a lot of people were telling me Krillin rocks bad. And I started playing Krillin, and I'm like, wow, Krillin's like Millia and Guilty Gear. This is really interesting. He has rockets like Disc, and if you Tiger Knee or do his air special, if you do his air specials as low to the ground as possible, it's like Millia's overhead attacks, and you can actually hold them and feint them and go low. So I'm like, all right, you can set it up, but his assist is kind of whack. But then all of a sudden in matches, I'm coming down to needing it, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna try jab while calling Krillin in an air dash, and that's actually working incredibly well. It's like stuffing the 2H. I get the approach. I get a free come in, and it's like a 2-second cooldown. I'm like, this assist is actually really good. I just need to like appropriate situations for it, you know? So the little aspects of that, like, you know, wow, actually, I can keep going. Like, I played a lot of E3 and AX, and I had an idea of the game, and I didn't believe everyone saying it was as basic as I thought. But, like, now, with sparking being jump cancel all the time in my mind, it's like, you get so many setups now. Like, it's like, holy crap.
And, like, a lot of, like, it was cool to see, like, Clayton, a.k.a. Final Showdown, just really expose a lot of that stuff during the open beta. And it was like, oh man, not only is this game like kind of deep on the combo level, but there's a paywall behind it in terms of sparking. And now you can kind of imagine like people are going to start working their way backwards from that. I'm like, okay, what parts of sparking did I get from activating the mode versus what can I like kind of emulate that outside of sparking, right? And so then you're going to get a lot of people just like reverse engineering the combo system.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Arcs and Bandai Namco wanted. You know, they wanted you to think, this game's coming at you with like auto combos and maybe quick 1-2-3s that do pretty good damage. So you don't have to worry about not being able to do sick combos to do damage in this game, you know? But if you want the real damage, obviously, with the minimal amount of meter, sometimes you gotta, you know, get your hands dirty, as it were.
Yeah.
And that's when that reverse engineering combo is gonna come through, you know?
Not even just the combos, like the setup potential's kind of crazy.
Dude. Yeah.
Like even if you like, you don't even need that though too. You can just level up Gohan to level 6 down. I'm thinking he's gonna have potential where you're gonna be able to spike them down and then hit jab right before they land and then keep juggling. Like,
because of his fastfall, right?
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna have some crazy stuff. Like maybe there's gonna be like toss computer combos with him before anyone can get that down, you know? That's what I'm hoping for. If anyone's in the toss scene or anything like that with computers, please come into our combo scene. I welcome you all. We love to see what's possible in these games.
No, I'm for real. Like, you know, like mostly excited for that. Like when I saw that video, I was just like, I knew it. You know, like that mode was too good for this not to be amazing. You know.
It was just more an X factor to me, which is happy for me. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, like it gives you, it unlocks your character basically.
Yeah.
You know what the beta going down at times did is that it allowed people to really explore shit like that because people didn't do that at the last beta because they were too busy playing matches.
Yeah.
You know, they were like too busy trying to not lose on stream.
Yeah.
You know, and that shit is real. I can imagine that anybody that was streaming even the last one were probably like, "Hey, I don't really want to try new shit because I just want to win because you know, like shit's getting real serious."
True.
That was definitely me.
Hey, I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Nah,
You gotta be like, hey, I want to lose. I gotta answer.
that's another thing that people learn their own different ways. You know, like sometimes people like they just got to beat their heads up against the wall until something starts breaking, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm one of those kind of people. But then there's other people who are just like, you know what, I got some downtime, and they give you this trial mode that allows you to play like a stupid AI that, you know, will let you do whatever you want to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically training mode with an opponent that moves once in a while.
Shout out to Final Showdown though. Like,
For real.
He opened my eyes for this beta. That started me off, and I was just like, I know what to do now.
Like that is for sure. Like, you know,
Thank you, Clayton. Thank you.
You know, the crazy part is after that, every Goku I played had that freaking Goku combo.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, damn, you guys work fast.
Yep. And then I was like, oh, you can safe jump off this ender now? I'm like, wow, this is dirty.
Oh, save jumps, jeez. I knew they were gonna be in there, but damn it.
You can still, all right, so I'll tell everyone how to do it. So you just do the standard combo with Goku, and then you end with jump S, the fireball, to the punch, the Corsical forward light. And then when you knock them down, just hold up forward and do the latest jump S you can. And the only a couple supers and wake up sparking would break it. It was fast stuff. But a lot of stuff like DPs, like Gohan and stuff like that, I would block and then get a punish. But it's really easy. It's really easy.
I'll remember that because I definitely want to start mixing people up with more than the late air dash.
Yeah, no. And I saw a Twitter video and I was like, oh, that's stolen. Definitely stolen.
Oh,
Thanks,
dude.
Japan.
Dude, it definitely was nothing but stealing, man. I was on everybody's stream like, how does this guy play this character? How does that guy play this character? And because the thing is, it's like, especially after all this time of like the YouTube and all this shit exposing a lot of stuff that we can do, I'm like, man, I'm not the smartest dude. I'm not gonna come up with all this shit on my own. And why am I gonna work so hard to figure this out when these guys are doing a great job? Let me acknowledge their work by stealing it.
I mean, if
I'm
you
just
take
saying,
all the
gameplay-wise,
together,
yeah, just the way I play, man. I'm not trying to steal anybody's videos. That's your guys.
No,
you guys do whatever you do.
Steal tech. That's how you get good.
I
Steal the tech, people. Steal it. Sell it up.
It's literally there for you to steal. If somebody gives you shit for using their setup, just say thanks and beat them with it.
Be like, were you supposed to not know how to throw a punch because someone taught you?
Less,
like, Jesus
right?
Christ. That's your dad's punch, you bitch.
I mean, it's not like, I mean, now, if you're like using a character specific setup, and the guy's like, "Hey, I invented that," then you're like, "Oh, okay, cool." You know, what else did you invent?
Could this be a real situation where somebody could say, "I bet you my dad could beat your dad's ass in Dragon Ball FighterZ"?
No.
I mean, we are probably the right age to actually make that real. Yeah.
We should make this real.
Well, my dad could beat your daddy's ass in Dragon Ball FighterZ. What's up, bitch?
There's a lot of kids I've met that are like 5 or 6 years younger than me. They're like 25, 24, and their parents were hella into anime in the VHS.
Oh, dude.
So it's like you got these young parents coming up, you know? I can definitely see Dragon Ball being huge.
Oh, dude, it's like the most recognizable franchise in the genre. So
my dad made me watch everything he watched, like the Thunderbirds and Space Ghost and Thundar and all that crap.
Shit.
My kids are probably gonna have to watch Ranma and Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah, man! Already getting her started on Super.
Lost Universe, you know, all that crap, man. Yeah, you gotta get them early.
They gotta have the appreciation of the classics, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My house, they'll end up not liking it. I'm gonna be that. He's cool, but you know.
All right, we ready for questions?
Yeah, man, we don't got that many questions, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to throw in a couple or two right now, now's the time because we're gonna run through this because we gotta get my dude out here to play this beta. So and with Hell Pockets, we gotta get this stuff started. So, anyways, Gibby, bring yourself out here, my friend.
Hey everybody, I'm back.
Maybe.
I guess you didn't think you'd see me twice.
He
on
might
one
have just
episode, did
stepped away.
I think he.
No,
I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
The
okay.
stream was able to hear me. You guys weren't able to.
Ah.
Man, anyway, yeah, we don't have very many questions this week, but you guys still have a chance to ask questions. So let's go. I got the link in chat. So, first question is from Dr. Zool.
Mhm.
He asks, "Is Kid Buu a gorilla?"
I mean, we're all gorillas.
Unga.
Yeah.
If I play the character, probably I'm gonna be real. But yeah, I usually go towards high execution or high ABP or AP actions per minute or APM.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I like to hit the buttons.
Definitely.
Oh, Abe. Abe
They
vanished.
killed him again, man.
Jesus.
There's Abe. Hey, all right.
And I damn go.
But is he a gorilla? I don't know. I think it's too early to tell that, but I do think he's strong on offense, like almost obnoxiously strong. So
We haven't even seen DLC. Like, I could see pay to win being a thing, you know? Just a little bit, you know?
Anti-Kid Buu tech.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Injustice kind of had that model where a lot of you had Deathstroke or Deathstroke, mixing up characters, and a lot of the DLC was anti-zoners, you know. So, but I could see Brawly being Brawly. I mean, Brawly should be the best character in the game if he's in the game.
That should be a gorilla.
And if Brawly is in the game, he should be the best-selling DLC of all time.
Well, yes. In any fighting game, I believe.
But yeah, I'd say yeah, he's a gorilla. Kid Buu, yeah, and then EX backflip all day with Big Boo, hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right, what we got next?
All right, next question comes from Bugs and Lola. If Android 21 can turn you into a dessert, what would you be?
I would be. Ooh, you guys go first.
Banana split.
Strawberry cheesecake.
Mhm.
Love that shit.
You love rebrand.
Yo, I want to be like
Big rip.
like a horchata souffle. That sounds good.
That sounds fancy.
All right. Next. No, that's not a question. Next question is from Nino is King. This is for Josh. He says, when the bat signals, I guess, when is the bat signal going up at GP in Venice?
GP in Venice? I don't know.
All right. I like that answer.
Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, Thea, it's not your turn to answer questions. Okay, you got to hold on, Thea. Just give it a bit. All right, next question comes from Kohi. Kohi asks, "What about them 6-man matches in DBFC?" That's more of a statement than a question. But thoughts on 6-man matches in DBFC?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But are they saying like everyone gets a character?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm down, man. I'm fucking down for that, dude.
Hell yeah, esports, team it up.
I'm gonna blame everybody else for us losing.
Yeah.
Oh man, 6-man tag matches. That's gonna be kind of cool. I'm interested to see how they make that work. Like, who's in charge of the tagging there?
Tag me in. And then you mess up and you hold forward. What are you doing?
Oh man,
I wasn't ready.
who's gonna be the meter whore on the team? Oh, why are you using up all the meter, man?
Doing level 3s the whole time.
That's Hell Pockets. We all
Oh
know
wow!
Yeah.
Every time I go in, I just pop up a final flash. Hey!
Whoever's sparking is just gonna hear 2 sighs.
Oh my god, dude. You wasted the sparking, dog. You wasted the sparking.
We agreed level 3 on teams.
Jeez, man.
We agreed.
It's gonna ruin some friendships, man.
All right, give me
No,
next question,
Tommy.
man.
Next question. MD Spriggs asks, who got those 18 combos? I was ABCing at the whole beta, and I didn't look at anyone else. Anyone got 18 combos?
I would watch Sutenchi and Nakio. If I know the old combo still works, you have to delay the air core circle back medium. But besides that, I don't know.
All right. Next question. I think I mispronounced your name. McCloudand? McCloudand? I thought it said McCloud at first, but not a Highlander thing. Never mind. So he asks, hey, had anyone checked out Clayton or Desk's concept videos for the open beta? And there's a link to a...
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Desk is also going in. So Desk has a lot of stuff that, if you're looking to see how deep this game can go in terms of offense, at least, some pretty cool stuff on his channel.
He still has room too. Like I was watching his my extension, and we combine this. This is pretty cool. Like, so I'm like, this part of the journey right now where we're all trying to milk tutorial mode as like tech monsters. It's so cool that we can kind of work together. Like the combo idea I only had from Clayton's video showing delay quick attack. So pretty crazy.
Awesome. Can't wait for training mode.
Yeah, no.
That's what everyone's waiting for.
Yep.
All right. Next question. Oh, this is a lengthy one from Krillin the Villain. He asks, what do you think about the genuine promotion for the game, and what does it mean for this game? By that, I mean that Bandai personally doesn't have to hold events and such, and with the Super Saiyan Showdown coming up with actual voice actors and character having a match, I think that is some real genuine promotion from people who like the game itself, and what if it brings out in us? That's crazy when you think about it. I think he typed this from a cell phone.
What it brings out in us, that's crazy when you think about it. I mean, he kind of answered it already. That's crazy when you think about it.
Honestly, I think I heard about the event last week on Twitter, and I was like, wow, that's nuts. And honestly, the fact that like we're going to have events like this and it's promoted towards people playing the game and trying to be competitive, it's great. And it shows two people that you would normally, when you'd be like, oh, these guys play, you know? So I want to see it. Let's go. I think it's cool as hell. So what team are you on? Team Goku or Team Vegeta?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I have to be on Team Vegeta because he has the same voice actor as Yamcha.
Nice. You're on Team Goku, Abe?
Yeah, just to be contrary to my co-host here. I like, see, the thing is like Hell Pockets makes me hate things that I thought I liked because he likes them. So I'm like, hey man, what's your favorite character? Vegeta? Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
fuck. I guess.
Is this about Cooler? Is this about Cooler? Because I mentioned Cooler. Like, I can't like Cooler anymore now.
You know you have a friggin' best friend though. You're like, you gotta take the other route too.
Nah, he mixed me up on that one.
The same thing at food. You're like, all right.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I had to really think about it because I've known Goku longer, you know? Like, I watched Dragon Ball growing up from like school time and stuff. And then, but Vegeta, you know, I feel like I relate with Vegeta a little bit, you know? I used to be the king of the East Coast anime. And I want my throne back, you know? So, you know, but besides all that, you know, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. No, but I'm just kidding around besides that. I'm just saying, like, man, these concept matches and stuff like that, I think it's great. Like the anime scene's finally getting some light, and they're getting thrown in. Like I'm excited for 2018. More games, more spotlights, more fun events. Everything doesn't have to just be we're having a tournament this weekend. They're gonna start off with a semi-competitive event with those guys. I think it's cool.
I dig it. Yeah, same here, man. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Was it my turn to die this time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. We've all felt the cool sickle of death.
It's too cool, man.
And your camera's not coming back up, so.
Oh, that's great. Hold on a second. Let me get that up, and there it goes.
We all know what that means.
Oh no!
I'm excited to see K-Brad play too, because he's always been a very vocal Dragon Ball fan, and he loves Marvel. So he's actually one of the people I'm kind of keeping my eye on, because I feel like his passion might overcome a lot of people's ideas of this game.
Yeah, I'm actually just excited to see him play competitively again, and like there's gonna be enough events in his area that hopefully we can get him to come out this stuff. And I hope this really just brings out a lot of people who have, you know, that kind of level of notoriety or stardom, right? And just wants to make them play people again, because they're gonna need that experience, you know. So locals this could save local scenes.
I hope so.
Definitely need it up here, shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think you guys will be pretty good though.
I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
Okay. Next question comes from a good friend of the Goons, a Mustaine, all the way from Colorado.
Hey.
He asked, "Did any of you find anything that specifically blows up air tech in the beta? I had big problems with people doing that to me."
I've only ran into a couple of people that were doing that at all, but I had known about that for a couple of months, because it basically puts you from being on the ground into jump state. And I guess it's invul on the way up, because definitely stuck a leg out into it and it just whiffed. So my guess is just like cover the high part, make them have to block when they're at the arc of the jump or the arc of the wake up, and then make them hold that defense.
Yeah. Freaking the safe jump I told about, the fireball actually does that. It will hit them ground teching or jumping back. I mean up, but if they hold back in tech, they'll actually get out of the setup. Okay. But then they're pushing themselves in the corner. So yeah, so it's not necessarily a bad idea. But no, like I would look for setups that kind of cover two situations, like use your assists maybe, and try to cover them in a way that you're kind of coming from the air, but you have something covering you on the ground in case they stay on the ground and mass 2H or something like that. You know?
Are they actually invulnerable during uptick?
They should be. I assume so, but maybe not for that long.
Yeah, because I figure if it's gonna be like, it's like an invincible jump, basically, right? You know.
Yeah, I think it's probably like 5 frames at least, or 6 or something.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. Bhutan.
Yeah.
All right, Gibby, let's move on.
Next question. All right, comes from JJ3217. Asks, what dramatic finish would you want in the game? Do you think... and he says, do you think I'll be one of the greats if I consistently try my hardest?
One of the dramatic scenes I want to see is definitely Bardock getting blown up with Planet Vegeta from Frieza.
I want Frieza cutting himself with the blades being a finish. Because I played Dawn one match, and she was going to die anyway, so she just teabagged and did that as a kill. And I was like, if they had the cinematic kill for you killing yourself with the blade, like that'd actually be really cool.
Dawn, I spaced out.
Just trying to stay online.
All right, I'll answer for Abe. I want Piccolo getting blown to hell and back by Nappa.
What? What the fuck? That's not an answer for me.
You spoke up. You should have spoke
up. Man.
I like your answer, Abe. That was a good answer.
Did we already say Goku dying?
Which time?
All of them.
Oh no!
Goku.
there's no Raditz, so we can't have him dying.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I
God
died
damn
there
it.
too.
And then the second question is, do you think I'll be one of the greats if I'm constantly training my hardest? You could be great. I don't know if you could be one of the greats because we don't know what one of the greats is gonna look like.
Let me give advice to this. So, you could train as hard as you want, but if you don't educate yourself and you don't really look at yourself to see what you're actually capable of, you'll never see your peak. So what I don't want you to do is waste your time banging your head against the wall and not trying to look at other resources to get better. Because a lot of players that are just starting out, they think, hey, if I play this game a lot, then I'll be good. But that's not the answer. It's not about how long you play it. It's about how good you are at self-analysis and being able to progress. So if you train your hardest, no, you will not be one of the greats. But if you start breaking down games and learning from people who are really good at doing stuff like that, you'll get an idea if it's even a possibility. So I recommend that you do that. So I cannot answer that question for you because I don't know where you're at in your gameplay, but the chances are low for a lot of people, not just you.
My chances were very low, like a lot.
Yeah.
But when you learn how to learn, exactly what Abe's saying, you give yourself goals when you play. You can give yourself goals and actually learn from your goals every time. And it starts small. You got to write down why you got hit. You know, you got to be like, oh, every time they jumped in, I got hit here. Every time Piccolo called an assist and I was coming in, I hit a button or something, you know. And you just got to add that all up and find resources and look at what other people do. And then when you take all of that and can combine it into your own style and come into your own, that's how you can do it. But as someone, yes, playing 10 hours, you will come across a lot of good stuff. But if you give yourself goals and play for 4 hours, you could probably accomplish way more, you know?
Good answer. Good answer. All right, next question, Gibby.
All right, next and final question. This is a very simple yes or no answer for Ichi. K-Rock asks, is Dragon Ball FighterZ going to be a main game for any of you?
Yes.
Questionable. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, man. Yes.
Definitely. I was signing on the next this year. It looks like I will be playing Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball, and then after that, it's like I'd probably play SF5 with the homies and Marvel Infinite. And I've been playing a lot of Marvel Infinite. Like, I actually like the game a lot. But, yeah, I'd say those 4 games right now.
You got it, man.
It's hard, though. There's so many good games right now. Like, and I love Tekken. Soul Calibur's coming out.
Oh, man. Yeah, dude, I'm on the same boat. I know I can't, though, because I know I'm not that type of dude to play so many games.
No,
I look over, and I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of good games right now.
I think I'm like 2 at the most right now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Anyways, I was just saying I'm on board with Josh, man. There's a lot of games I want to play, but for me, Dragon Ball FighterZ is definitely number 1.
All right, so that concludes it for the questions. I just want to add that Bandai Namco tweeted out that the beta is live. PS4 has online play, and Xbox One only has offline trial mode.
Yeah!
Jesus, they just keep pinning Xbox over the barrel, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, Xbox.
There's like 800 people in the freaking world right now going, "Oh my god, again!"
DJ Khaled's gonna call up Arxis again. Did you see that?
What's up?
DJ Khaled on friggin' Instagram was like, I can't get a hold of. I'm on the phone with Arxis with their servers.
They just played themselves.
Yeah, they just played themselves.
Oh man.
Damn. That's how big this game is. Oh my god.
Well, man, just goes. Yeah, exactly. Just goes to show you how big this game is, and I really do hope and know that we're gonna be headed in a good direction. And since we're getting towards the end of the show, I want to thank you, Nerd Josh, for being here. You've been somebody that we've been wanting to have on for a long time, and I just appreciate the fact that you came on, man.
No, I love you guys. It's cool to be on here. I'll come on anytime.
Oh, for sure. We're going to have you back. Definitely.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have quite a surprise for you. Now, this may not be the crowd that wants to jump in on this, but let me tell you something. This could be the future. This could be another avenue you didn't know that you may be into. But ladies and gentlemen, we're about to announce another show that's gonna go under the Game Goons banner. Ladies and gentlemen, a new show. Go ahead, Gibby. Put up the graphic when you can. The new show is called Fatal Showdown, and it is an SNK Neo Geo centric podcast featuring myself, Gibby, and Hell Pockets.
Hey.
That will be coming to you soon next week, and we hope that you guys join us. And you know what? We're looking to really push this just as hard as we did with MPA and learn from all of the things that we've done. And yeah, it's gonna be a new show that we're gonna be pushing. So please stay tuned for that.
Do I get to show my face on this one?
Yes.
Required by contract.
Sick. All right.
Yes,
Nice.
you get to show your beautiful, handsome face.
That's right, guys. Get an eye full of Gibby Calvo.
Yeah, man. And as a matter of fact, we might even have Nerd Josh back on this show.
Yeah, actually.
What?
You kind of double dip in both scenes we're into, so yeah, I'll be loving to have you back on for
Whoa,
this.
SNK games? Another
Yeah,
game
dude.
with 4 buttons? Yeah.
All about it, dog.
Yeah, man, we've been working on this idea for a while, and we've been wanting to push it out even earlier. But, you know, as you guys know, we've been really busy with Dragon Ball FighterZ, as we will continue to be. And this is just another show we're going to add to the bracket is all. And I hope that you guys come and join us on this new adventure that will be featured here. Gibby, are you excited, man? You're on a show, like, legit now.
I'm pumped. I'm not behind the scenes anymore. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I got this. Put me in, coach.
It's good to have you back.
Wait, I'm the coach. What am I doing?
That's what I'm saying, man. Come on.
Shit. I'm gonna put myself in.
But do us all a favor and follow the Game Goons Twitter. We will be announcing the exact date and time very soon. It will be next week. That's all I can promise you. Somewhere between Tuesday and Wednesday. So please stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure you tweet out this announcement too, man. Like, this is big news for us as SNK fans. We want to share with everybody who enjoyed any of our SNK related work in the past. So. We're back, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's our announcement. Like I said, we've been holding that in for a while. But ladies and gentlemen, the beta is now available, and I urge you all to jump in and get busy. I urge Nerd Josh to get busy, and I urge Help Pockets to get busy. But before you do that, before the last word I get in, ladies and gentlemen, we do have shirts. We have a Game Goons shirt, straight goonin', as an opportunity to support your boys and get some nice shirt to represent for the Game Goons. Yeah, we got some shirts, hoodies, shirts for the ladies.
Ooh.
Yeah,
All you lady goons.
Peep it out. Again, we appreciate everything. A like, a subscribe, a follow. Everything helps out the future of Goons, helps out us create new shows and secure some stuff for Evo, man, because Evo is not too far away.
Nope.
As much as it seems like it is.
It may be over 7 months, but I tell you, that goes by quick.
Yeah, it's not far away, and it's not cheap.
I mean, that's what we said about Dragon Ball FighterZ, and here we are.
Yeah, for real. I can't wait for you, though. Hey, Josh, we going to do our usual stay up till 6 a.m. drinking thing?
Yeah,
all right,
probably. Cool. Yeah.
It's a yearly tradition.
Yeah.
We always find each other at the most random place. Like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing, let's chill. All right.
6. See you at the bar.
For sure.
Yeah, take it home, Help Pockets. What do you got to say, man?
Well, I just want to thank Josh for coming on the show again. We've been trying to get you on for a couple, months at this point now, yeah. But, you know, I'm glad you finally get to play the game, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I'm glad I'm enjoying it. I'm glad Abe is enjoying it. And even Gibby's got to touch the game. And we are just over, like, a little under 2 weeks away from Z-Day, January 26th. It's almost upon us. I hope you're ready. I'm barely ready. I hope everybody else is ready. You know, it's going to be something special. And You know, I'm not going to mince words. You know, it's probably going to be the best game of the year. There, I'm doubling down on last week's statement. Biggest Street Fighter V game of the year. I'm Hell Pockets, and keep it super if you know what I'm saying.